All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakadash, double honesty apostles and elders at Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect out here spreading this gospel and sincerity and truth throughout the four corners of the earth. Shalom. Hey, before I start this, this video and this article, man, I got a personal testimony. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't call it coincidence, man. I would call it the power of our Father, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, man. So my wife, she started a job, as someone, she's like the person that's at the front when you go into the hotel, and she like booked the room for you and things like that, and she got this older Jake, that worked there. He's a security guard or whatever. But, he's, ever since my wife been working there, he's been, basically trying to hit on her, making remarks about her body and things like that, talking about she got the type of body that black men like and things like that. And she's been telling me all these things, to the point where she even told them, or him, that I was going to come up there, because there's disrespectful, mostly to me, what I'm saying, first and foremost. But, I ain't even do nothing, what I'm saying. I just, let the Most High handle it how he was going to handle it, what I'm saying. So this is my personal testimony. He's been disrespectful towards me even after she told him that she was married. What I'm saying? She told him countless of times that she was married and that she's not interested. He, what I'm saying, he still make remarks about her body and things like that. So, before this whole tornado thing that we had over here in my state, Arkansas, specifically in the city of Little Rock, what I'm saying, he had some type of surgery or something like that. He had to have surgery, so he had to be in the hospital for a little while. But while he was in the hospital, this whole tornado thing occurred, and when he got out the hospital, his house wasn't even his house wasn't even there no more. What I'm saying? The tornado literally wiped this man's whole house away, and now he don't have anything, And it's funny because I prayed that this man would get fired or something like that, for disrespecting me, by constantly hitting on my wife after she constantly told him that she's married and that, what I'm saying, and that she got a man already, and Jake being wicked, he's constantly trying to get at her still, and hey, I prayed to the Most High about it, that this man get fired or something happened to him, as a way of revenge, for me, because, what I'm saying, he's disrespectful. So instead of that, the Most High actually wiped this man's whole house away, man. How crazy is that? So now he having to stay in a hotel, and he don't know what to do next or how to get back on his feet, He said he told my wife that he lost everything, man. You know what I'm saying? He lost everything. So hey, that's my testimony, man. It happened. It's about 5 months since he began first hitting on my wife, and she been telling him that, to the point where she had to threaten him that I was gonna come up there. And even after then, I just let it slide. I ain't come up there. I ain't do no bullshit. What I'm saying? I just left it in the hands of the Most High, and then what do you know? A few months later, hey, this man's whole house get wiped away. What I'm saying? So, hey, call a lawyer. Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, man. What I'm saying? That's my testimony. But, I just found that real crazy. But let me skip to this article, man. It's about how the U.S. military, they're saying we don't have enough, basically people that's trying to sign up for the military, to fight for the military, because we know, that World War III is coming up, which is really already here, but it's not as intense as it's going to be, in due time. But, the military, the U.S. military is basically, bitching about how not enough people are signing up, to be in the military and things like that. So let me read this article, man. And this is how we know a draft is gonna have to come, man, because hey, a lot of people ain't trying to do this shit, man. A lot of people know the reasons why You know, they want people to fight in the military, and the reasons ain't good enough for the people, man. They want you to fight, you know, for resources, for other people to get rich. You know, who the fuck want to fight in the war and put their life on the line over some fucking oil just so these crackers can get richer, and you put your life on the line while they, you know what I'm saying, pocketing all the profit off of, you know what I'm saying? It's all bullshit, man. You know, so, and people know this, man. So this is why you have a very, you know, steep drop in volunteers of people signing up for the military, man. You know what I'm saying? But it says, let's just hope that the U.S. does not need to fight a major war anytime soon. And that time is coming, man. You know, the U.S. is gonna get involved in the war, you know, and they're gonna have to draft people, man. You know, what does the scripture say? Hey, it says, roughly paraphrasing, it says something like, there shall be nobody to work jobs or till the earth. You know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna be a shortage of men out here, man. You know, ain't nobody gonna be working. Ain't nobody gonna be out here cutting grass and doing things like that. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be no maintenance out here. You know, everything is gonna be, you know, in a wild state, man. You know, ain't nobody gonna be taking care of the plants, things like that. Everything gonna be growing crazy, you know, being wild, like they would in nature, you know. So ain't nobody be cutting grass, things like that, man. A lot of men gonna get drafted. It's gonna be a shortage of men out here, you know, which is gonna leave a lot of women, you know, to the men that are out here, you know, which is why the scriptures say several women shall take hold of one man. You know, it's gonna be a lot of women out here, and it's gonna be few men. But it says, let's just hope that the U.S. does not need to fight a major war anytime soon. Right now, the U.S. Army is actually shrinking because so few young people are being recruited. Interest in serving the military has plummeted dramatically, and meanwhile, the percentage of our young adults that actually qualify to serve has fallen to a depressingly low level, you know. And this has a lot to do with the whole demusculination of the men here in America, man. The making them effeminate, man. You know, you make the men effeminate and more like women, then they're gonna be less likely to serve in the army and put their life on the line for this country, man. You know what I'm saying? Basically making them bitches, you know. And now, you know, these people out here, they finding different ways to make money and things like that. They don't need to serve in the military, you know. Now, you still have some people that serve in the military because they feel like they don't have any other option, but that's not their first choice to serve in no fucking military, man. You know, people, you know what I'm saying? Everybody know America's twisted and evil, and you don't have people so gung-ho to fight for America like they used to, man, because they see the, you know, the skirt of this place is being lifted up, and people are seeing it for what it is. You know, this place is being exposed. So they're not trying to fight, you know, in a war over resources and oil and all this type of bullshit just to make these other old crackers richer. You know what I'm saying? Putting their life on the line for that shit, man. People's tired of this, man. And America's being exposed for all the dirt, you know. But it says, according to a recent Pentagon study, 77% of all Americans from age 17 to age 24 are ineligible to serve in the military for one reason or another. That is a pathetically low figure, and it is the main reason why we need other countries to fight our wars for us at this point. And it says, just look at Ukraine. We are providing the funding, the equipment, the ammunition, and the intelligence, but they are providing the warm bodies, man. And that's you know, that's kind of right, man. You know, they basically providing Ukraine with everything that they need to fight Russia. They basically fighting Russia without actually fighting Russia. You see what I'm saying? They giving them all the intel. They giving them all the blueprints of what to do. You know what I'm saying? They giving them all the ammunition and everything that they need. But they not the ones actually over there fighting in this war, you know? And America knows this. It's going to be a point where they're going to have to step in eventually. But, you know, they trying to use other means to fight Russia without fighting them head on. You know, because ultimately they know that, hey, it's weak over here and they not as strong as they once were, you know, like they was in the World War II. You know what I'm saying? And they basically using other people to try to, you know, do as much damage to Russia and other places that, you know, that oppose them as possible, so that when it's time for them to fight, they will have, you know, a little bit of an advantage, you know, or even playing field, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? They just using Ukraine, man, you know, as well as, you know, they got all different types of money laundering, you know, things they got going on over there, you know. But, you know, it's all getting exposed, and you don't have people trying to fight this war like they used to, you know, or fight for America like they used to. But it says, if that changes and our young people are actually forced to fight in a major conflict, they will quickly find out that a real war is nothing like Call of Duty or Fortnite. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? These dumbass people over here, you know, been brainwashed. They let these people over here actually experience some real shit, man. You're seeing people arms get blown off and shit like that. Man, that shit you ain't gonna get no you know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna get no double life like you do in the games. You ain't gonna get no extras, you know, where you get your head blown off and then you respawn and come back. It ain't gonna be none of that, man. Your head get blown off and you ain't gonna respawn until a few generations later, man, through reincarnation. That's gonna be your respawn. But as far as coming back right then, nah, that's over with. You get your head blown up, you get your head blown off, that's it. You get your arm blown off, that shit ain't growing back. You see? Let Esau have to put one of them bionic arms on your dumb ass. You know? But it ain't gonna be like Call of Duty or Fortnite, man. You ain't gonna get no extra lives. But it says, during the most recent fiscal year, the U.S. Army missed its recruiting goal by 25%. And let me refresh this, man, because these ads be covering up what I need to read. Let me refresh this real quick. Let me see. I don't know why this shit do this, but let me see where I was at. About 25%, and it says, how bad is the recruiting crisis? It says, during the last fiscal year, the Army missed its recruiting goal by 15,000 active duty soldiers, or 25% of its target. This shortfall forced the Army to cut its planned active duty in strength from 470,000 to 460,000. And it says, in the current fiscal year is likely to be even worse. And it says, Army officials project that active in strength could shrink by as much as 20,000 soldiers by September, down to 445,000. That means that the nation's primary land force could plummet by as much as 7% in only 2 years, at a time when its missions are increasing in Europe and even in the Pacific, where the Army provides many of the crucial wartime theater enablers without which the other services cannot function. The U.S. Army was once the most fearsome military machine on the entire planet, but now it is steadily getting smaller and smaller, man. You know, and what is that scripture? That scripture that say, let the weak say I am strong. You know, these other nations that used to be qualified as weak, you know, but now they saying they strong now, like these small nations, you know, these small countries. They ready to go to war with America, man. They got the same you know, size armies and things like that. And on top of that, they got the same type of military power, you know, and weapons like nuclear capabilities and things like that. So they on a more even playing field than they used to be. You know what I'm saying? They done got their technology more advanced, and they done got caught up to America in technology, man. So now they saying that they can fight this place head on, man, and they ain't scared. You know, and America knows that, man. You know, and it says, it turns out that school closures during the I can't say that word, have had an enormous impact on military recruiting, because test scores have been dropping like a rock. Levels of depression, anxiety, and other mental health conditions exploded among young Americans, and many not so young Americans who face sometimes extreme levels of social isolation, man. You know, you got all this other stuff that's going on. You got bills, and you got inflation, you got food shortage, you got all this talk of you know, these diseases and things like that, man, that's going on around the earth, stressing people out, what make you think they would be ready to fight in a battle and put their life on the line, man? You know, that's disqualifying a lot of people, man, because a lot of people are on pills, you know, opioids and all different types of drugs, man. These people are not fit to be fighting in a war and fighting for the country anyway, you know. A lot of the youth, you know what I'm saying, all they worried about is partying, you know. That's it. Drugs, music, you know what I'm saying, and social media. That's all they worried about, man. They ain't worried about, you know, putting no gun on their shoulder and sniping motherfuckers from, you know, 100 yards away. They ain't worried about that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, they so effeminate nowadays. They scared to even enter a war like that. You know, it would be stupid to even be in a war like that. But on top of that, these people scared they wouldn't do it in the first place, man. You know? Only an idiot would, you know, join a war, you know, and fight for a reason that don't have anything to do with them, man. You know, you fighting to make somebody else rich, or to, you know, it's a lot of bullshit, man. And these people, they are on game of what America is doing, man. So why would they want to get involved in that, you know? But it says school closures and remote instruction have caused test scores to decline dramatically throughout the country and the world, and scores on the ASVAB, the military standardized test for potential recruits, declined by as much as 9%. And it says, of course, low test scores are not the primary reason why so many young Americans fail to qualify for military service. It says, sadly, obesity, got fucking McDonald's, you got Wendy's, you got Popeyes, you know what I'm saying, you got Taco Bell, you got Waffle House, you got every fucking thing out here that's on every street corner, man. You know, people ain't exercising like they used to. And like I said, people worried about partying, drinking, drugs, you know, entertainment, sports and shit like that. They ain't even worried about no fucking military. They ain't worried about no war, man. They see talk about war, they expect somebody else to go fight in it, not them. And that's the mindset of a lot of people here, man, is get somebody else to do it, you know. And this is why you have a low rate of people trying to get recruited. But it says, sadly, obesity is actually the #1 reason. A Pentagon study revealed that 77% of young Americans do not qualify for military service without a waiver due to being overweight, drug use, or mental or physical problems, man. Overweight and drug use, man. That's the biggest thing with the youth right now. Doing drugs and not taking care of themselves physically, you know. And it says, when considering youth disqualified for one reason alone, the most prevalent disqualification rates are overweight, 11%, drug and alcohol abuse, 8%, and medical physical health, 7%. The Pentagon's 2020 qualified military available study of Americans between the ages of 17 and 24 read. And it says, it wasn't always this way. At one time, America's youth people were the fittest on the entire planet, and our military had more qualified recruits than they knew what to do with. But now everything has changed. Exactly. You know, the morality of this place has changed. The goals of this place has changed. Everybody want to be a fucking influencer or a rapper or a ball player. You know, everybody want to basically be somebody, you know, famous or have some type of good name in this place, man. You know, that's why you got all these different motherfuckers just making TikToks and shit like that, man, trying to get famous off of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is following this same path, man, and that's what's leading to all these people in being disqualified for the same reasons. You know, everybody on the same bullshit. Women all want to be porn stars and you know, high class prostitutes. You know what I'm saying? That's basically what these women are. They high class prostitutes. Cause that's all you hear about these women in these songs talking about. I ain't finna fuck no nigga unless he buy me 12 purses, 12 Gucci bags or some shit. They just high class prostitutes. You know, that's all it is. And all these women and all these men, they follow in the same footsteps. So all of them are being disqualified for the same reasons, you know. But it says, let me see where I left off. It says, in fact, obesity has now become a major problem for those that are already serving in the military. So you got fat people, you got people that are actually gaining weight in the military when they're supposed to be doing the drills and everything. These people are in the military and they still gaining weight, you know. So they might get kicked out of the military because they weigh too much. They're not fit enough, you know. And it says research found that obesity in the U.S. military surged during, you know, the whole C-19 thing. And it says in the Army alone, nearly 10,000 active duty soldiers developed obesity between February 2019 to in June 2021, pushing the rate to nearly a quarter of the troops studied. Increases were seen in the U.S. Navy and the Marines too, man. So, you know, a lot of these people are not physically even fit for battle, man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of, if they are fit for battle, then they effeminate. You know? And if they not effeminate, they got some type of mental issues. You know, they on drugs or something like that, man. So, hey, America is gonna get down to one point, and that's the start of draft, and they're gonna have to get what they can take, man. You know, they're gonna have to get whatever they can get, you know, when it's time for them to actually fight in a war and not use other people, you know, to fight it for them. When it's time for America to actually, you know what I'm saying, step up and go to war directly, you better believe they're gonna have a draft, and you better believe that all the people that they gonna, you know, they saying they disqualified, you know, they gonna have them enlisted. They're gonna make them actually serve in the military. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna lower the standards of what it takes to qualify for the military, basically. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna raise the age limit, you know, they're gonna raise the weight limit, you know, and things like that. So they're gonna try to recruit as many people as possible, you know. And this is just what it's come down to, man. You know, so it's coming to a point where America is going to have to fight, you know, whatever enemy directly, man. That draft is going to come, you know. So you better get ready, man, because, hey, World War III is right around the corner, man. We can see it right now, you know, if you got the eyes to see. So with that being said, man, I'm going to go ahead and give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakadash, double honor to the apostles, elders at Great Millstone, and peace and blessing, hopefully. Shalom.